when people arrive. I'm just lighting an incense right now. Cleanse my cards. I have these Talking to Heaven cards that I like to pull at the end of my readings for a message from your loved ones. I haven't gone live in a really long time, so I need to cleanse these. Just waiting for people to show up and then I'll get going with the live. Hello. If you want to come in and say hi, let me know you're here. I can't see who subscribers are. Or the people watching, it doesn't tell me your usernames, so I don't know who's here. Just waiting for a few more people to show up and then I'll start doing my mediumship readings. Or answering any questions you have. If you have any questions about me, about mediumship, psychic abilities, anything like that, you can ask me questions and I will answer those as well. I don't do psychic questions though, so like no personal questions about yourself for me to answer, but like you can ask questions about abilities, stuff like that. Hello. I am starting a few minutes early. I was going to go live at 1 o'clock, so it might be a little bit before people show up. But as you come in, if you can say hi, that would be great, so I know who's here. When I do my mediumship readings, I don't need any personal information, but it is good to have a username that I know I'm pulling off of. And then we'll see who comes through. Hello, Luke. Hey, Gently Moving. How are ya? Hello. Good. It's been a long time since I've gone live. Hey. How is everybody? I've had a rough couple months, and so I think the last time I was live I was like, yes, I'm going to be doing this every week, and then life went to shit. So it's been a while. I'm good. How are you? I have ADHD, and so I have been trying different medications, and I have been on a whirlwind of bad side effects. So hopefully this is all straightened out now and I'll be good. But I was doing one where it gave me insomnia and I didn't sleep for 3 weeks. That was awful. What for ADHD? So I was on Concerta for a little while and I started getting panic attacks. So I had to come off of that. And then we tried Quellbri, which is a non-stimulant, and that one gave me insomnia and it was really awful. It was I didn't feel any benefits. And so I started Focalin yesterday on the tiniest dose. So I don't know if it's working or not, but it's better than anything else. Thank you, Luke. Faraz, if I'm saying that right. Dustin. So, I do free spirit-led mediumship readings on here. I don't want to know any personal information. Adderall is good. Do you believe ADHD is as bad as they said it was in the 90s? Can you live with it untreated without major issues? Well, I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until like 2, 3 years ago. And I mean, I was surviving, but I was extremely burnt out and struggling and not understanding. Like, I felt like my brain was broken. Like, I was getting to a point in life where my brain, I felt like I was broken. And I got tested for ADHD, and I was first put on Stratera, which worked amazingly for like a year and a half until it just stopped working. And when I was on Stratera, it was like perfection. Like, I could do everything that I needed to do when I needed to do it. I didn't have like brain freeze or brain fog, and I could like execute things in a timely manner without like anxiety. So going unmedicated, now that I've been medicated, the first few weeks are really rough. But then I adjust to being unmedicated again, and I kind of do okay, but I need reminders for everything. Like, I don't have a memory. Like, I don't have short-term memory or something like that. Like, I'll think of something that I have to do, and then my brain is like squirrel brain. I'm thinking about something else completely, and then I forget that I'm supposed to do that thing. And it's hard being interrupted in tasks at like work. Being unmedicated, I can't just stop doing one thing and do something else and then come back and pick up where I left off. When I'm medicated, I can be interrupted, go do something else, come back and know exactly where I left off and get going. But when I'm unmedicated and I'm interrupted, when I go back to that task I was doing, it's like I have to start it all over again from the beginning because I can't remember where I was at. So, really rough. But yeah, and everybody left. So cool. Well, anyway, so I'm going to be doing free spirit-led mediumship readings. I could talk about ADHD all day, every day, but that's not why I'm on here. So I'm going to be doing mediumship reading. Gently moving, are you still in here? I don't know where I got that group of people. Or is it Luke? Which ones are still here? Yep, okay. I had a feeling it was you. I got a surge of randos coming in. All right. I'm trying to decide if I should just jump in and start doing a reading or if I should wait for more people to come back. I asked my sister to post on Facebook that I was going live. All right. Well, gently, I guess I can get going with you. I could do a direct reading or I can do spirit-led. There are 2 people in here, so I don't know who the other person is. It might end up being their loved one that comes through. I haven't done this in a while, so I always get nervous, but it just, I don't know. I guess it's like riding a bike. It just comes to me. So if, I know you know the rules. Are you okay being read? Because I need to read somebody. I felt like gearing up that there would be a lot of people here today because there was, you're fine with it? Okay. I didn't know if it was like my energy or if it was the energy of spirit building up. Before I did my meditation, I was getting like, kind of like restless. So I hope people show up. You're fine with it? Okay, I'm just shuffling my cards. All right, well, I'll go through those rules and steps and stuff just to get it going. In case anybody watches this after I post it, they'll know that I'm not like faking anything. So when I do these readings, I ask to not know any personal information. I don't need to know who, what, where, when, or why. Like gently moving, I don't even remember your real name. So that's part of the ADHD. But I don't need to know those things to connect with your loved ones. They know what your usernames are and they come through. We're all energy, right? They can read the energy. So I asked to know no personal information oh good, you never even told me your name. Great. Um, when I'm in a reading, just stick to yes, no's, or maybes. Don't try to feed me any information. You could end up giving me something that I would have gotten, and then I won't be able to use that as evidence. I do try and bring forth a lot of validatable evidence from spirit so that you know who I am speaking with and you know that it is your loved one. So after like the pieces of information that I get and I share with you, I just ask that you say like, yes, you can take it, or no, you can't take it. Or if it's an I don't know, you can do that as well, or unsure. The no's help more than you probably think. When you say no, it makes me go back to spirit and ask them to clarify. Sometimes they'll change the way that they give me the information so I understand it a little bit better and I can go back to you and clarify. Or sometimes they double down. And when they double down, I just kind of say, well, they're not letting it go, so just write it down and maybe you can verify it later with somebody else that knows the spirit as well. But sometimes I just don't. It's like a puzzle piece when you're doing readings. I try not to overinterpret what they give me. I try to relay it exactly as it's giving to me. Because when I try and use my own analysis and like try to interpret it, I usually get it wrong, and that's what messes it up. So I try not to do that and just give it the information exactly as it's given to me. I don't have to understand it. All that matters is that you understand it. So there's that. And I think that's mainly the things. Like don't feed me information. Don't tell me who, what, where, when, or why, who you're trying to reach out to and want to hear from. Let's let spirit figure that out and just stick to yes, no's, and maybes. So if you're new here since I started talking, just say hello so I know who's in here. I am going to be doing spirit led, so it could be one of your loved ones coming through. And if you think it's yours, just say, just let me know that you think it's yours, and then we can get going. There's only like 3 people in here, so it should be pretty easy to figure out who spirit belongs to. So, hello, Fortis. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little quiet here. I'm going to reconnect with, I call it the spirit world, and we'll see who steps forward. Okay. All right, I'm gonna write down like 5 to 6 pieces of information, and then I'll relay that to you. And if you think it's your loved one, just let me know that you think it's theirs, but don't give me any information of who you think it is. Just say if it's yours or not. I'm just asking, it's a male. I'm asking him to step in closer and to blend with me. I can kind of see what he looks like, but he feels very far away right now. I think that's personality. What's that? Okay. Okay, so I have a male. I think him showing himself as really far away from me at first was part of personality. So somebody who's like standoffish, um, guarded. I wouldn't say cold personality wise, but just somebody who's like guarded. Um, yeah, it's an older gentleman. He's in his 70s. He has a full beard. Very well groomed. Like he took very good care of himself. Like he always made sure he looked really good. And like his beard would be very kept in a sense, like groomed. Um, he's showing me now like going to the barber. Like he'd go to the barber and have it like shaped and well kept. Very proud of his facial hair. And then I asked him to give me something that only his loved one would know about, and he gave me turtles. So I'm not sure what that means. But if anyone that's in here, could you take this, gentleman? He hasn't given me a name yet. So I might get that in a little bit. But does that make sense for any of you? So this is a male in his 70s, a little standoffish, maybe like guarded in his personality, well groomed. He had a full beard, would spend time. Turtle Island. No, you got to be able to take most of it, if not all of it. And I'll get more information if any of you can take this guy. I made sure I asked them to only send over somebody of like who's already in here. But there was a lot of people in here a minute ago and then they all disappeared. So it could be one of theirs if you guys can't take it. Has to be of some type of Spanish origin. What Caribbean island? So you might have missed my instructions. So when I am doing this, just stick to yes, no's, or maybes. And don't give me any information that could alter the reading. So if neither of you can take it, I can try again. This doesn't feel like it's a relative, if that makes a difference in opening up your awareness to who this could be. It doesn't seem like this would be a relative. Like a friend, a coworker, neighbor, friend of the family. No, nothing? All right. Okay, I'm going to ask him to go and then I'll try again. Okay. All right. All right, I have a female with me and she is presenting herself with dark hair. Really dark brown or black hair, like really dark hair. She's kind of quiet though, like she's not really giving me, she's not giving me much. She's kind of quiet. But I thought I'd start there. so I don't waste too much time, if you guys can take a female with dark hair that has passed. She keeps saying sister or sibling. I don't usually get relations very well, so I would take that with a grain of salt. But it was the first thing that she said to me was sister. Not meaning it is your sister, but that she had siblings, I think is important to her. So I used to be able to get ages like off the bat, and that hasn't happened in quite a few readings. And so I'm trying to ask her how old she is, and I feel like the way that she is presenting herself doesn't match the age of when she passed, if that makes sense. Like she's showing herself, oh, in her 30s. Um, but at the same time, I'm feeling like that is not when she passed. Is this making sense for either of you? I might be on the struggle bus today. No? Okay. Hmm. Fortis, are you still around? She has her hair in a ponytail. She's got bangs, um, but her hair is in a ponytail. All right. Well, I can try to do a direct reading. And when I do that, I just ask for the name and relation of your loved one that you want to talk to. And we can try that. I feel like I'm surrounded by a lot of people right now, and I'm not really understanding why, because there's not a lot of people in here. But I haven't been live. I haven't done a mediumship reading in a really long time. So I just might be like, uh, picking up on a lot that has been around me, because they're around me all the time. cleanse. Either of you? Do you want me to do, if you want me to do a direct reading, you just need to know a name and a relation. Otherwise, we can talk about other things, since Spirit doesn't seem to be wanting to connect right now. At least I'm not pulling anybody that you guys are recognizing. So, oh, Melissa. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I feel I'm feeling really spacey, so I had a feeling earlier, Melissa, that if you had come in here that Rudy would come through again. I thought about that earlier. I'm not sure who this female is with the dark hair and a ponytail. All right. I feel kind of weird. Like, I don't know what to talk about. Don't know if you guys have questions or anything like that. Melissa, your abilities must be getting better. Soon you'll be the one going live and giving people mediumship readings. If you ever want to. Well, there's a few more people. If you want to come in and say hi, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I have spirits coming through, but nobody can claim them, so that kind of makes me a little weary. I can do direct readings if you give me just a name and a relation. That's all I need, like their first name and a relation. It doesn't seem like my spirit led is going to be working. I think I'm surrounded by too many of people who aren't in here yet. So what do I do? So I am a medium. I connect with the spirits in the spirit world is what I call it. If you want to call it heaven or whatever you call it, I call it the spirit world. I can give them, I can give you messages from your loved ones. I try to be very evidential in that I give a lot of information about them before I ever get to a message. I could see, hear, feel. Yeah, I can see if I can pull her through. So to connect with her, I'm gonna just need her first name, and that's it. Don't give me any other information. Don't feed me any information during this reading. Just stick to yes, no's, or maybes. Yes, you can take it. Is it Salma? Okay, so just stick to yes, no's, or maybes. If you understand it as being your, like, information about your grandma, Just give me a yes. Don't try, if it's not 100% right on the bat, don't try and correct me. If it's not, if it doesn't connect as being your grandma, give me a no. Um, you don't want to give me any other personal information, and you would do that with any psychic medium that you are with, okay? We are the ones that are supposed to be giving you the information. So I'm going to get quiet. Um, just stick to yes, no's, or maybes. I'm just writing your username down. Selma, grandmother. All right, I'm just writing down a couple bits of information before I start talking, just so I make sure that I'm connected. And then as I'm going, just say yes, no, or maybe, okay? So I do get that this is somebody who was very religious. And I get the impression that if she were still like living, she would have like not believed in this. Like this would not be something that she would say that like was something that was real. She probably would have avoided it, like mediumship, psychic stuff. Like it was not something that she would have engaged in if she was living. She's kind of laughing about it right now. Like, um, she finds it fascinating. But I feel like this is something that she would not have engaged in. Uh, Very superstitious though. Was she like superstitious? Like is she saying like I'm seeing her like uh spit on her hands and like doing this thing to like ward off bad energy or something like that? Would that be something that she would do? Like if somebody came to her and was talking about psychics or mediums, she'd be like like go away. No? Okay. There's something about that though. Like I'm washing my hands of you. Does that make sense? Like, is there anything with her with like clapping though? Like, I keep seeing this, and maybe I'm just interpreting it wrong. No? Okay. So, like, height wise, was she shorter? Um, I feel like she's like petite. in a way, like short. But I am seeing her like very active. Did she wear like something over her head? Like to hide her hair? I can't remember. I can't think of what that's called right now. It's almost like a shawl over her head. Yes. And like personality wise, I'm getting very much like um I was about to say one word and she doesn't like it. So I want to say like calling her the boss, like the boss of the house, but she doesn't like that word. She does That's not the way that she would see it. But she would be the one like telling everybody what to do and making sure things are getting done, like the matriarch of the family, the one that kind of made sure everything happened. But she was kind of like in charge, like she would be like in charge of everybody. But I feel like that's not like how, maybe that's why she's telling me no. But I keep getting boss. um all right, let me go back and ask her if you're saying no to that. Was it the opposite then? Like the men were in charge? I feel like, okay. Okay, let me sit with this for a second because I feel like I'm getting conflicting. I'm feeling very split right now. Maybe it's like more of how she may have wanted things to be, like she wanted to be the one to tell people, like to be the boss, but she wasn't. I don't know how you would verify that because it feels like amongst the women, she was the high, like the one that would tell all the other women what to do. And I feel like it has to do with like in the kitchen or in the household things, like cleaning up, doing the cooking, that sort of thing. That makes more sense. Okay. She's showing me a dish right now where it's like leaves rolled up. Like there's something inside. I don't know if it's like a meat mixture, but a meat mixture like rolled up in leaves. Do you know what that is? Um, it would be like rows, these like tightly wrapped in leaves. No, you don't know what that is? It's a dish. I feel like if you ask somebody about that, they might be able to explain it to you. All right, let me see if I can get anything else from her, okay? And I do like to pull a card from, it's called Talking to Heaven. Would you be okay if I pulled a card from there? I'm going to try and get a little bit more information though. Would you remember her, like, would she like sneak you things? Like when nobody was looking, like give you extra like cookies or like money or anything like that? Like when nobody was around, like when nobody was looking, she'd like sneak you stuff? Maybe. I feel like you would have been really little. Were you really little when she passed? I feel like you were really little. No. Um, is there like your kid or a niece or a nephew that was really little when she passed? Because she's talking about a little boy, like 4, 5, 6. She's talking about a young kid. Does that make sense? I thought maybe it was you, but I don't think it's you then. It could be a niece, a brother, sister, niece, nephew, cousin, a little kid. No? Is there a little kid now? I'm trying to figure out why she's bringing up a little kid. A few? Okay. All right, what does that mean? All right. All right, I'm going to pull you a card. I'm learning over here. I'm going to read what that means, okay? All right, I am learning over here. I've always loved to learn, and sometimes I thought that I knew it all. But now that I'm beyond the three-dimensional physical world, I am astounded to be learning how everything really works in this beautiful and perfect universe. Even now, I can't completely comprehend all of God's plan, but I do see the bigger picture, and it's amazing. You and I are so much more than we ever dreamed of. The only thing I can share with you is how important it is to appreciate and honor yourself and everything else in life. You and I, like everyone else, are God's sacred creations, which means that we honor God when we honor ourselves and each other, and I definitely honor you. That's beautiful. I hope you can take that. I'm going to see if there's like one last thing that she has to say besides that. That might be it though. All right, I'm going to leave you with her love, okay? She is saying to talk to her more. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's times where you miss her and you want to talk to her, but you don't like say anything. You just think about her. She's saying to talk to her in those times. Like, she can hear you. She'll be able to hear you. Yes. Yes. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for popping into my live. I'm going to leave you with your love. I'm going to disconnect from her, okay? I appreciate you allowing me to connect with her, and trusting me with that. So thank you for coming in with not knowing me, hanging out. I appreciate it. You're so welcome. All right. So if there's anybody else out there that has any questions for me, can I connect with somebody else who is not related to me? Let me see if there's anybody else that wants a reading before I do you again, okay? I kind of like to make it like open to everybody. So if there's anybody else out there that would like a reading, let me know. And I'll try, I'm doing more, I guess when there's like not that many people, direct readings are better for me than the spirit led. So, but you can also ask me questions about like mediumship, how this works, about myself. My name is Bobby. I am a medium. I've tried to connect with your loved ones on the other side. I can get messages in a couple different ways. I see things in my mind. I can hear words. Sometimes I just know things or I get feelings. So I have quite a few clairs that work. And I try to use all of them in a reading, and I never get anything the exact same way. Like, I used to be able to get ages, like how old somebody was when they passed, and I have not been able to do that for quite a few months now. And sometimes they don't like to talk about how they passed, so it doesn't even come up, but they give me like personality what they looked like, that sort of thing. So if there's anybody else that is in here that would like a reading, just let me know. You want me to try the other one? Yeah, nobody else is talking. All right, give me a second. I just want to make sure that I'm fully disconnected from your grandma before I try to bring somebody else in. Is it a friend? Faraz? All right, well, nobody else is coming in, so yeah. Just name and how you're connected with them. If they're like a friend's dad. Okay, what's his name? Morali? Is your friend with you right now? Or will you just be relaying this message to them? You will tell her? Okay. All right. So there's a little bit of ethics with this, and so I just want to make sure that, is this something that you know your friend would be okay with? Okay. Because something that I really make sure I follow, I try to be as ethical as possible. So, like if I'm walking around in the grocery store and a spirit approaches me, like I'm not going to tell the cashier that I have their mother because they didn't ask for that reading. So I just want to make sure that this is something that your friend would want. All right. So I'll share the information as I get it, and like before, just yes, no, or maybe. So don't try and feed me any information. Was his death very sudden? Like he was here one day and then gone the next? I feel like his death came out of nowhere, like very unexpected. No. I'm being like shown a car accident. Like he got hurt in an accident. Does that make sense? It might not, he might not come through. Okay, if there's too many no's, then I don't know if he's gonna come through. Is there anybody else that you know that died in an accident, like a car accident? It feels like it's somebody who got injured in a car accident and then ended up in the hospital. So they didn't die in the car crash, they ended up in the hospital, but they didn't recover. Does anybody else that is here? There's 4 of you in here. Before I disconnect from this one, is there anybody that knows someone that was in a car accident and didn't make it? Sometimes this is like throwing darts. That's not a good analogy. But like I try to connect and then anybody just pops in. Everyone else is really quiet that's here. All right, I'm gonna try one more time to get your friend's dad, but it might be too disconnected. If you did you know him personally? Did you meet the dad? Do you know the dad? Because you gotta have a connection with them. Yes, okay. Let me try. Let me try one more time. All right, so I'm seeing someone else. Dark hair, dark beard, like really tall. In a suit. Does that make sense? Dark hair, dark beard. I feel like it would have been like a very well kept beard. In a suit. Could have had like a more professional job. Somebody that would wear suits. No? Okay, I don't think I'm gonna get your friend's dad. I don't think he's gonna come through. And that's not to say that he doesn't want to. I'm just having a hard time connecting, okay? Um, but I do go live every... No, I'm not gonna keep trying all your people. I usually just do one reading per person. Um, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but is there anyone else that is watching that would like a reading? Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna hop off. No, it's okay. Sorry. Hey, Samantha. How are you doing? Good. I'm good. Much better. I've had a rough couple months, but I'm doing much better. Yeah, it's been a while. I was trying different ADHD medicines, trying to find something that would work, and I was having horrible side effects. Yeah, give me a follow and subscribe or whatever you call it here on YouTube. And I come I go live on Sundays around the same time every time, around 1 o'clock. So we can always try again. So if there's anybody that has any questions about like me or about mediumship or psychic abilities, or if you would like me to connect with one of your loved ones, I can. Um, yeah, I tried to join Blue Sky to follow, but had trouble. Oh, yeah, I am only on Blue Sky. Um, yeah, I wasn't very active on there much lately either, but I try to, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm really starting to miss Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and I deleted all of it. I don't know what to do to promote myself and to get people to follow me. I'm not very good at making like YouTube videos to like garner subs. I don't know. I'm almost ready to give up. I know, the short videos, I know. That's like when I was on TikTok and I had like all those following, like I still didn't make a lot of content, hire a good editor. Yeah. I I've never been like a content creator. Oh, well, thank you, Gently Moving. I really do try. It's hard. It's hard. I don't want to like have this be like a complaining fest though. Uh I'm just not very good with like thinking of things. Like I'm not creative in that way where it's like, "Oh, I can make a video about this or make a video about that." And I don't know. I was never really good at that. Yeah, I do tarot cards. I do tarot readings. I didn't bring any with me down here though, but I do tarot. On Blue Sky, I post free tarot readings on Blue Sky if you comment on my posts with an emoji, you get a free reading, a free card. Um, I do that. I guess I could do like tarot readings of the day on YouTube. Yeah. I do tarot readings, and I used to, like when I was on Instagram, like I would do paid readings for people. So I offer that on Blue Sky too. So before I got rid of my Instagram, I would go live on Instagram and I would get like nobody. So like where I really did well was on TikTok. Like I had like 6,000 followers on TikTok, and every time I'd go live there'd be like 60 people watching me. Um but I got rid of TikTok, I got rid of Facebook, I got rid of Instagram, and now I'm on YouTube and Blue Sky, so I'm just struggling getting the viewerships. But I do appreciate that. I don't know if I want to go back to Meta. I don't know. They're all whatever though, you know? So, but I appreciate you hanging out. YouTube will push me out to like people that don't follow me, but only like 25 of those viewers at a time until I get 1,000 subs, and then they won't suppress me. So why did I leave Facebook and Instagram? So, great question. uh, I hopped on the bandwagon of Meta. It was around the TikTok when TikTok went dark. So when TikTok went dark, I deleted TikTok and I deleted Facebook and Instagram and went to Blue Sky and YouTube because we thought TikTok was getting banned, and then it came back and I never went back to TikTok. I'd already deleted my account. I would have to start all over on there too. All right. Well, if none of you guys, so I don't, spirit led doesn't work very well when there's this many people. So I do direct readings, but if nobody else wants to, I guess I'll just hop off. Um, or Samantha or Gently Moving, if you guys want one. I just need a name and a relation, and then I can try and bring your loved one forward. It needs to be somebody that you are connected with. I can't, like, that you know personally. And then I could do a direct reading. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll be on live next week as well, so subscribe and like. Are you able to talk to these spirits? Yes, in a way. That's fine, Gently Moving. Um, I appreciate you just being here and hanging out with me. I appreciate that. So, are you able to talk to these spirits? So, I feel like I am more of a conduit. I'm the middle person between you and your loved ones. So, they talk to me and they give me information and I relay it to you, is how it works. So usually when I'm in a reading, the most talking I do to them, and it's all in my head, is I'll ask them, like, what else can you tell me? Can you, like, what did you look like? How old were you? What did you do? Like, what do you want to talk about? Can you give me something that only your loved one would know? Like, I ask them questions like that. And sometimes they answer me, but like it's mostly just them talking to me and then me relaying the information. So when it is my own loved ones though, I am able to have conversations with them, but like you would be able to do that too with your loved ones. Like you can talk to them. I just hear them talk back sometimes. So, yeah, that's kind of how it works. I feel like I'm more of like the messenger, if that makes sense. All right. Well, thank you. Got it. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to go and I will talk to you guys all next week. So, Blue Sky, Turtle Cat Medium on Blue Sky, and then Turtle Cat Medium on YouTube. Um, Thank you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I am on Reddit as well, Turtle Cat Medium, and I think I'm going to try and get a little bit more traction on Reddit as well. So I'll see you guys around. Bye.